All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started this morning. First off, welcome. It is Monday morning. It is January 30th. Guys, it is almost February. Absolutely insane. Welcome back to the Pre-Market Live. Hopefully, you guys are having a fantastic morning so far. Keep in mind, it is Monday morning, so we have a little bit of a shorter Pre-Market Live today. Oh, because I can't talk. Because of the fact that we went over the majority of my watch list last night on the Sunday scan. We haven't had any massive changes since. There are a few things that I want to talk about and kind of go over. And as far as like my plan and approach for this week, kind of considering how many big things we do have coming this week, guys, in case you did not watch the Sunday scan, make sure you watch those videos, guys. I put them out every single Sunday. I think they are probably the most valuable part of the service, maybe, and I think they can be really beneficial for many, many people. And it's also going to, really give you my like firm and kind of in-depth outlook into the week ahead. So make sure you guys are checking those out. As far as this morning goes, let's talk about what I'm going to be looking at, why, etc. Okay, so first off, let's talk about this. S&P 500 is down 2/3 of 1% this morning, guys. We are sitting at this 402.66 level. And we've had a pretty heavy pre-market, guys. We've got a notable amount of names that are in the red right now, NVIDIA, etc. But again, I want to kind of reiterate what I said on the Sunday scan, and that's the first 3 days of this week. So especially today and tomorrow, my focus is going to be away from large cap tech, from the S&P, due to the fact that we do have Fed Chair Powell on Wednesday, right? And then we've got big tech earnings on Thursday, and then jobs and unemployment data on Friday. So keep that in mind. That is a extremely heavily backloaded latter half of the week. So more than likely, my focus is going to be on kind of those theme-related names. If we don't see themes continue, I'm not going to force things, right? Really, this today and this week is going to be about discipline. We had an amazing Friday, and you have to know when to put your foot pedal on the gas and when to take it off and kind of be patient. Today might be more of a patience day. We will see, right? Let's talk about a couple things quickly. So SoFi did report earnings pre-market. I'm mentioning this because it does have to do with the UPST swing over the weekend. These are obviously sympathy names, both in the lending space. I can't talk this morning. I don't know why. But they should, see at least a little bit of a bid off of each other, right? So SoFi up about 9% right now in pre-market. UPST is down about 30 cents in after-hours trading here, 40 cents, down 2% right now. So I'm interested to see if we kind of see that bid kind of come back into the UPST tape. We obviously saw a very strong close on Friday. I'm interested to see how the first hour or so of today goes. Obviously, I'm swinging some small size there, so I do have one open position already on those $20 calls for this week. I want to see how SoFi acts. If we really start to see SoFi ramp to the upside, this can be a big mover. In my opinion, we should see Affirm and UPST and those names kind of follow alongside it. We are obviously breaking out on the daily here on SoFi, and it does have room up to maybe the $7.42, if not $8 level. We're currently trading at $6.50. I could see a move to 7+ today. Decent earnings report came out. It is up 10% in pre-market trading. So interesting one to keep an eye on today in sympathy to the UPST move. Obviously going to have my eyes closely on that as well. Obviously, like I said on UPST, guys, really nice daily close on Friday. We are down 2% in pre-market this morning, but on very light after-hours trading volume. So do keep that in mind. Again, I'm going to be paying attention to this 1880 level down into 1870. This is an area of demand I would like to see hold down here. And then, obviously on an hourly close, I'd like to kind of hang out above this 1870 area, right? So that kind of breakout zone from Friday. So that's what I'm going to be paying attention to today on the kind of fintech names. A couple other things to talk about. Obviously, we saw BTC flush down pretty heavy, guys. Quick update on my thoughts on coin. We are sitting on that $60 psychological level. Pre-market low today was $58.97. I do want to point something out, guys. Look at relative to Bitcoin, we're seeing Coinbase act relatively very strong. Dips were definitely soaked, it seemed like, this morning in pre-market. However, as I mentioned on the Sunday scan, guys, one opportunity that would interest me heavily is if we do retest this 57.70 area, or if we start to really start to base and hold some support here at this 58.97 zone. Those would be kind of A+ risk to reward areas for me to look long. You guys know how I like to trade this stock. buy hourly dips, sell rips, right? That's kind of my mantra here on the intraday trading standpoint. If we do see those fintech names kind of heat up, this could be one, the flow here was just absolutely insane at the end of the day on Friday, right? And normally I'm not going to have flow be like a number one confirmation point, but that was like maybe the most bullish flow I've ever seen on a name like Coin, and it's a flow that I look at every single day, right? And so am I saying that I'm, a qualified expert in coin flow? Maybe not, an expert, but I do look at it, it's on my screen pretty much every day, every hour, right? At some point I'm looking at it, right? And so I would keep in mind that, hey, there's that it's kind of like one of those situations where there's that kind of, it's in the back of my head. I know that Coinbase flow was really, really, really notable on Friday, and therefore it should be on my watch list because that's a lot of money that's pouring into it, right? Way more money, $30 million total in net bullish flow. So something I really want to pay attention to, right? SoFi really starting to ramp here in pre-market now. UPST looking for 19. That's a big move. All right. So again, guys, I do think UPST is probably my number one sympathy towards that SoFi move. Again, on Coinbase, like I said, guys, dip to 58 would be really ideal. Again, pre-market lows down here, right? We're looking at 59.02 in that area, right? We really saw 59.02 get soaked. So keep that in mind that they did soak that level pretty heavily right now. That's going to be our hourly support. I do think we could see a retest of 57.70 down into 57.5. That would be the A+ risk to reward zone long for me on Coinbase. So other than that, not going to be looking to force anything there, right? The other theme that has been hot, right? It has been the AI theme, right? AI in general has been hot, right? And so the ticker symbol itself, AI, has had a really nice couple of days. We are sitting on the border of being green right now in pre-market. This is one I'm just going to have up throughout the week, guys. This is one that needs to keep an eye on. You don't want to, it's the kind of trade you don't want to take your eye off of, in my opinion, just because of how big of a move it really can make if we reclaim that 18 level and go, right? So, and this one is strong in a relatively weak tape. So do keep that in mind. This is going to be on watch for me. I can't speak this morning. I don't know why. One name I do want to kind of point out. Wow. Carvana is squeezing out in pre-market. There it goes. Wow. All right. Well, I think I hopped on the live. And yeah, there we go. It is squeezing out hard. This was going to be on my watch list, guys, and it is breaking out over that daily level, 18,844, guys. This one is really gapping hard now, up 10% pre-market. This has basically very little resistance up to the 10 level. I think that this is probably going to see 10 rather quickly now that we are over that level. I'm going to be watching that very closely off of the open. I don't like chasing things, but if it does hold 847, we start to see some traps set at that level. That's where my interest would kind of, get peaked, right? So keep that in mind, but we are already seeing, what did I talk about? The two themes I want to pay attention to this week, right, are going to be those heavily shorted names for the end of the January effect, which Snap Your Charts and myself have talked about a lot. Those are the names I want to pay attention to today, right? So the Carvanas, the UPSTs, the BYNDs, all the stocks that are down 90% that have this incredibly high short interest now, those are the names that I want to kind of pay attention to because I think those can offer opportunities outside of a rather, heavy overall market, right? So if SPY is just chopping down 0.5%, a name like Carvana can still squeeze out to the upside, right? So that's kind of the names that I want to pay attention to that can act kind of on their own, if that makes sense. So, Carvana, again, UPST, all those kind of names are definitely going to be on my watch list today. So Carvana, really like that one if they hold it over 847 for a test of 10. Not sure I'm going to chase these calls up 10%, but we will see. Again, guys, I want to emphasize this is not the week to be chasing, to be trying to go overzealous. For me, this is a week to sit back and let trades work for me, right? And really be selective about my opportunities, right? You're noticing I'm not even having this is what I'm looking at off the open. This is what I'm probably going to take. This is I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient because, that's what I did on Friday. Those are my best days, guys, is when I just sit and wait. And that is really what, my focus is going to be today. AI red to green move in pre-market. Okay, so Carvana, I mentioned that one. Decent probability for that to squeeze out. What I will probably be more paying attention to Carvana for will be a barometer for that risk on high short interest trade, right? So if we see Carvana really start to squeeze out, that's going to give me some more conviction in a name like UPST and a name like, right, like some of those really high short interest names, right? All right, so as far as large caps go, Tesla is strong. I mean, very strong compared to the overall market, guys. AI really starting to rip now here in pre-market. AI obviously testing now up to 18. My focus again on the large cap space is going to be on Tesla. A break over 180, I think we can see 194. If we start to reject this 180 level again, that's where I could definitely see a possible short side trade in the making there. But again, I'm going to be more hands off on the short side on the large caps probably until we get to Powell, right? So I'll be watching that closely. But again, on Tesla, guys, if we see some really strong momentum in the EVs again, I'll probably look to trade Tesla over a Lucid or a Rivian. And again, the 190 calls can work nicely over that 180.68 level. So again, no major main focus for me, guys. I've covered the same 5 to 6 names that I'm going to be looking at this week. AI are now ripping towards 18 and through. Looks like that AI theme isn't quite done yet. We will see. Obviously, just going to be taking things hour by hour here, minute by minute, and looking for that best possible A+ setup. I'm going to hop on the Discord live trading in about 1 minute, and I will see you guys there. Let's have a great Monday and a great end to the month. Peace.